Hi, students. This is Mrs. Mullins. I'm here to help navigate. Thank you, ma'am. The article today for language arts with the guiding questions. So let's get started. As you read this article, thank you, ma'am, you get to the first guided question, number one. It says, how does the woman react when the boy tries to steal from her? So if you look right here where my cursor is circling, the woman reacts by she kicked him in his blue jeans sitter. That really means his butt. She reached down, she picked him up in the shirt front, shook him, rattled his teeth. Um, she asked him why he did it, made him talk with her. So there's some clues. I will tell you, it is not letter choice D. She does not threaten to turn him into the police. So now you have A, B, or C. I'll pause. Question number two. The conversation between the woman and the boy shows that he is. Your choices are surprisingly honest, willing to hear her, worried about his family, determined to be cruel. I think that judging by their conversation, they did have a pretty good conversation. So choice A and B seem to be perfectly fine to choose from. I don't know that he said he was worried about his family, nor was he determined to be cruel. So C and D are probably not your best choice. I'd stick with either A and or B. You make the choice. Now we're at question three. Question three says, which of the following best describes Roger's life at home? Well, if you look right around question three, right on top, the boy makes the statement, there's nobody home at my house. There's your hint for which answer to choose. Now we're at question four. Question four, Mrs. Luella Bates Washington Jones tells Roger that well, if you look in this story, it says she started to tell him things that about her life and choices that she had made. And she said, right here where my cursor is, the woman said, you thought I was going to say, but didn't you? You thought I was going to say, but I didn't snatch people's pocketbooks. Well, I wasn't going to say that. Pause, silence. I have done things too, which I would not tell you, son. Neither tell God if you didn't already know. So you sit down while I fix us something to eat. You might run that comb through your hair so you look presentable. All of these things that she just talked about indicated, was she upset with him for stealing from her? I don't think that's logical. Won't force him to stay if he doesn't want to. Had nothing to do with that, so that's not logical. Has also done things she is ashamed of. That sounds kind of close. Is going to help Roger earn money himself. Didn't say anything about that, so now you make your best choice. Question five, why does Roger offer to go to the store for Mrs. Luella Bates Washington Jones? Well, right up in here where you see him circling, the boy took care to sit on the far side of the room where he thought she could easily see him out of the corner of her eye if she wanted to. He did not trust the woman not to trust him, and he did not want to be mistrusted now. So he asked her, do you need somebody to go to the store, maybe to get some milk or something? And she said, no, I don't believe I do, unless you just want sweet milk yourself. Which of these do you think is the best choice? He wasn't trying to escape. I don't think he still wants to steal from her. Was he trying to be helpful? Or do you think he didn't like sweet milk? C or D is your best options. Last guiding question, number six. Which of the following best describes how Roger reacts to Mrs. Luella Bates Washington Jones' actions at the end of the story? If you look right here, the boy wanted to say something other than thank you, ma'am, to Mrs. Luella Bates Washington Jones. But although his lips moved, he couldn't even say that as he turned at the foot of the barren stoop and looked up at the large woman in the door. He barely managed to say thank you before she shut the door, and he never saw her again. So over here in your answer options, he is overwhelmed by her kindness. Well, that could be an indication because he was so speechless, he barely got out a thank you. B, he's excited to buy his new shoes. I don't think it said anything about his excitement. C, he feels guilty for ever trying to steal from her. I don't think the story talks about him feeling guilty. Oh, did you hear Odin? That's my dog barking. Sorry. Letter D, he feels like he should repay her in some way. I'm not sure that he felt like he should repay her in some way. But remember, he barely managed to say thank you. So there's your clue. So, girls and boys, thank you for listening. I hope this helped you. Please send me an email and let me know. And I'll talk with you soon.